It's me. What's going on, guys? You guys remember me? Raider Nation Jasin? No? If not, allow me to introduce myself. My name is. Well, what's good, everybody? What's good? Hopefully, everybody had a good, holiday. We everybody got to spend time with family and get stuffed and get all fat and sassy. But what's up, man? It's been a while. Yeah, I was under the weather for a couple weeks in a row. Kind of caught it back to back, cold, flu, whatever you want to call it. But I've seen it all, heard it all. So that's what we're here to talk about. I'm gonna allow everybody to kind of make their way in. So like I said, I was out in the Valley Joe, Vallejo out there. Visited fam for Thanksgiving. It was cool. Got to see, the relatives and everyone's getting 1 year older, you know what I'm saying? So every time we get the opportunity to come together, we try to take advantage of it. Man, so it's good to be back. We got some good things coming up, man. We got the F&O podcast, fellas night out. It's gonna be a lot of, I'm not gonna set no limits to this podcast, man, because I want it to be free space. Let me just warn people, we're gonna be making some jokes, man. We're gonna be talking about some stuff that's funny to us, and I hope it's funny to you guys too. Don't take it personal. It's just just looking at the comic view of it. Yeah. So yeah, we in here, man. We're gonna do a lot today. We're gonna talk about today's crazy game. It's bittersweet, because of course this is one that Raider Nation wants against KC. You know what I'm saying? But it did not happen today. Like it normally doesn't happen. But we play the Chiefs well. That's one thing. We definitely played them well, and today was that day. As always, welcome, guys. Welcome to the Raider Grind. Yeah, we will start grinding a little bit harder, a little bit more. I've had, no excuses. I've had school, work, all this kind of stuff, and then being sick, it just took a lot out of me, so I've been taking my time to kind of rest and get back right, but I'm back, baby. Yep. So, I know there was differences of opinion for today's ending. Some say we should have got a little closer. Some say we should have, took another shot close, try to close and then get out of bounds, get up real quick, spike it, run another play, kick the field goal, of course, but we sit there with that L. So, that L happened. The coulda, woulda, shouldas. I know it doesn't really do anything, but it's something that we need to talk about, because that's the thing. We can't just talk, we can't have these mistakes and everything happen and then we just put them to bed like, oh, okay, well, it's okay. No, we have to either learn from this mistake to get better for next time. Now, I've said it. This season's cooked. And I think, it's not a total waste, because we could still get this roster right. going into like we still want to go into next season on a good start. I know the record's not going to show that, but how we play with each other these last games means so much to the future of this team. We can't give up. We can't fall apart. It is what it is. Like I said, we as bad as this year has been, the game that we played today is an example of how we can get with anybody. You know what I'm saying? We can battle with anybody. It's just we have to stop looking, searching for a way to lose because we find it. We just have to, whatever we did, we'll talk about that a little bit later too. But whatever we did on this last drive, we need to channel that energy. Like I said, we'll talk about that later too. But we played really fast that last drive, and we were connecting on things, and we were moving down the field. So it sucks that it had to be late in the game that we started putting that together. But at least we figured that out. But welcome, Raider Nation. Welcome back to the Raider Nation Jasin Podcast. And man, we have a lot to unpack today after that heartbreaking loss to the Kansas City Chiefs. The Raiders fought hard, but fell 17-19. Now, this game, it was, like halftime. It was looking, I forgot the exact score, but I know we were down. But there was points in this game where we went up, they went up. So one thing I noticed that we have to start doing, I get it in the position because I don't know. So I've seen this too many times in this last 2 years where we've taken chances like we weren't going to get the ball back, like we didn't have faith in our defense to get it back. And it's not saying that, we should put it on our defense to get the ball back, but it'd be like 7 minutes in the game left, and then we're punting, we're going for it, but I mean, it goes both ways because there's like, I am going to cap when we kicked the ball away. I think it was with like 2 minutes or something like that left. I was like, come on, man, we have to go because, I just know the Chiefs are dangerous with the ball in their hand, but our defense made some stops. So we got the ball back. We got what we asked for. We got the defense to get a stop. Coach was right on that. I questioned it, but defense, stepped up like they should. Get your coaches back. I'm gonna mix in some goods and bads. You know what I mean? The good, the positives, the ugly. But so, before we get started, grab your drinks, your smokes, whatever you do, sit tight. Let's dive right into this reaction show. This one stings, but we got to talk about it. Let's go, Raider Nation. Let's go. So quick game recap. How it went down. First, let's recap what happened. The game was a defensive battle for the most part, which both teams exchanged blows all game long. The Raiders defense. There were some moments, man, where we were getting cooked. We were getting cooked. And some of it was penalties. Some of it, D-Hop was winning today. If it wasn't by him getting open, it was by penalties. So, to counter that, our DB room is looking sad right now. It's depleted. We'll not say a little, it's depleted. So we have to, we took our lumps today. But for the most part, that didn't kill us. That for the most part, we gave up some big completions, but we'll get into what was the cause. But let's see. When it came down to crunch time, things got a little messy. The Raiders were in position to kick a game-winning field goal, but then came the controversial call. Now, this is where we talk about what happened, what actually took place. The controversial call. Run another play before the field goal. All right, here's where things get tricky. With the clock ticking down, the Raiders had the chance to line up for the game-winning field goal. Now, this is where a lot of people had different views of how, we should execute it. Now, there's a lot that went into this, right? We were on the outskirts. I mean, really, we were in range. I mean, I think it was like a 40 something, yard range. Anything under 50, Carlson can knock that down. He struggled today. Now, that's one of the factors. He struggled. He missed 3 out of the 4. I still would have gave him another shot, and that's just me. I'm gonna put it in my kicker's hand because shout to Rundown and everybody, TRS and everybody. They were talking about, kind of what we should have did, and I feel like you should have put it in the kicker's hand or in his leg, excuse me. And I would have rather lost like that with a miss than a fumble, and just the ugly way we lost. Because, I'm going to give Carlson a chance to kick that. Now, why I say that, during Thanksgiving, I watched the Bears. They were in better position than we were. Had a chance to clock the ball, run a play. I think they still had a timeout, so you could have clocked it, ran another play, maybe took a shot at the end zone, still had an opportunity to to clock the ball and down it. They still had an opportunity. And instead, they ran a play and exhausted all the time off the clock without tying the game to extend it, which was crazy. Now, I guess maybe Pierce missed that game. Maybe he didn't watch, but I did, and I'm going to take the points, and I'm going to go back to the point I'm trying to make. There's so many times, like when the play where Aiden took a sack and he took us out of field goal range. Now, I've been pushing, for Aiden to be, to see what he had this year. But there are things that I don't like. And the top thing I think that Aiden does that I don't like is take sacks and takes us out of field goal range, because every time it seems like that's the story. And it's like defenses know that. They go hard. They go, ears pinned back at us to just get it done, and we just have to be ready for that. We have to be ready and have that emergency check down ready so we don't lose, or get that ball, the safest place possible. But yeah, that was rough. But yeah, we have to stop. Sometimes, we go for it when we're in field goal range and then we don't get it. I know we're in Vegas, but we cannot gamble. We cannot gamble, man. Take the points. If Carlson had to made any of those field goals, we would have been okay. You know what I mean? Any, and then that's why I really would have wanted to see that last field goal. And if we missed the field goal, I would have been okay regardless, because we weren't supposed to win the game anyway, but we always played them tough. And we had a chance. We had him sitting on the sideline looking sad. And of course, we gave him an opportunity to, to get that win. But I feel the way we lost with the fumble should have been either a missed kick or a make kick, 50-50 chance. But instead of taking the snap and going for it, we saw a decision that had Raider Nation scratching their heads. Why the hell did we run another play? We were already in field goal range. We can't judge it by his misses. You have to put faith in your players. If a player throws an interception, you're not going to be down on him the next play, because he's still got to make some plays happen. So, you continue to put faith. Like if a wide receiver drops a pass, do you stay away from him, or do you go back and get his confidence back up so, you don't miss a step, So, any way you guys want to spin it, you got to take the kick. You got to give Carlson a chance. He's one of the top 5 kickers in the league. Even though he had a rough game, he kicked dirt. He kicked turf or whatever they play on over there. He kicked dirt, and would have been probably a good kick, if he didn't. So we can't be mad. We had multiple chances to win this game, and we, like we always do, we found a way. We found a way. But yeah, I just feel it's too risky to run a play there. You know what I mean? It's too 15 seconds. I mean, if it's Madden football, we're just gonna compare it to that. Madden football. And anything say with no timeouts. And remember, we had no timeouts. Any and see that's the thing. Oh, another thing is people thought that we were gonna run a play and get it all together, come all together, line up on time, be able to spike it, kick the winning field goal, and get up out of KC. No, not with our team. I mean, it's the simple things that we can't get right sometimes. They cost us, So I would bank on us. You have to bank on us not getting it done and put it in the kicker's hands, straight up. I mean, I get it. We wanted to milk the clock, maybe catch the Chiefs off guard. But was that really the right move, though? I mean, obviously not, because, if there's another option, that's how if you can live or die with it. If it's a missed kick, because that's like if I'm a quarterback, right? I drive my team all the way down to say the 22-yard line. They're 22. And, all we got to do is kick a field goal. And he misses, I did my part, right? I did my part. I got the team down there, right? But the kicker misses, So is that the quarterback's fault? I mean, Aiden got the ball to the guys, and they were moving. We were moving downfield. We were in a good rhythm. That's what I'm kind of getting to. We were in a good rhythm. We were making some things happen, and then we got to the and then so shout to Kruger Jackson Sports, I think it is. He showed the video where Bowers was trying to get, I'm not sure what wide receiver it was, but he was trying to get him off the line because he was lined up he was supposed to be either off or on. I think it was supposed to be off. And yeah, so that's what took Aiden's eyes off the play, because it probably would have been on time. Because everyone's like, oh, pardon him. It's you got to look at everything before you start judging. That's why I don't jump on here as soon as the clock hits 0 and then just start spewing, oh, this, because there's a lot of stuff that we don't see. You know what I'm saying? And we just judge off what the TV screen shows us, but we have to look at everything. And that's why I got a good opportunity to look at kind of what happened, because it's always a play like that with us, right? But, Bowers was trying to keep us, on course. And unfortunately, the timing got threw off. It was an early snap. Aiden was looking at what Bowers was looking at, and Parnham and them were ready to rock. And it just sucks that we couldn't fall on that ball and at least get the kickoff, because yeah, it just sucks, because that's not the way it. You know what it reminded me of? It's what went on in my mind was that play with Renfro and Devontae running into each other. The other Chiefs game, I think where Devontae shoved the guy going off the field, the camera guy. But that's what it is. We were too damn close. We were. I was hoping that they would, because we had no timeouts. So we either had to run the play, because it was kind of, we were in no man's land, because we had to run the play. We had no timeouts, and we couldn't afford to take a penalty to lose yards to go back, because we would have, the way Carlson was kicking, there was some struggle. So, there was some doubt, but you can't doubt in that it's winning time. It's winning time. You got to win right there. So, but we'll continue. I mean, it's easy to question that decision in hindsight, but when you got a kicker like Carlson, you got to feel confident just putting it in his hands, right? Why risk anything else? Why not? Because, I mean, it takes the pressure off the OC. It takes the pressure off, because the OC did his job. He called the right plays. I liked our hurry-up offense. We were moving down the field. We were getting it going. Guys were making grabs. Bowers, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to him. The one-handed grab was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Just his TDs. He's a beast, man. We got something. We finally hit on the first-round pick, guys. And then that's why it's crazy. I'm hearing people talk about letting go of Telesco. I'm like, we finally hit, on some picks, even 1 and 2. We hit back-to-back. Jackson Powers, I like that pick. You know, some of the other ones didn't, produce too well, but I liked it. At least we're getting that 1-2. Because what do we ask for? At least 3 starters, right? We got 2. So let's and then Glaze is, is still learning, still getting better, stuff like that. So we'll see how that turns out. But it's crazy that, we are building. I want to see what he has this draft. You know what I'm saying? I really do. I know it's, we're still in the season, but as you know, this is cooked, you know. So yeah, and we know what it was. Was there miscommunication on the sidelines? Should we have just gone for the kick right then and there? Yes. Yes and yes. I think they were in kind of caught in the middle where they wanted to get a little closer. But that's what I'm saying. When you gamble, man, like that's what you have to take. Like they always say, take what the defense gives you. We were lucky that we got that far down because I remember I think that was Abdullah. It could have been Sincere, but somebody broke a tackle and got some extra yards. And you know what I'm saying? Like they were fighting on that last drive. It reminded me when we had Josh, to be honest, because he gave us a chance at the end to actually run the ball when the defense is all tired and everything. But we definitely, we gave them a scare. You know what I'm saying? We handled business when it was time to handle business. So shout to the team, even depleted as we were. You know what I'm saying? I've talked negative on this team, but I'm going to give them their props where they deserve it, man. This team fought today. I know we didn't get the answer, but, I know they say there's no moral victories, but in a way, this was one. This might just shake KC again, and just, because, I mean, there's so many times where KC has just ran all over us, and today we weren't having it. Sometimes we're a little too physical when it's like we can't. I mean, it's a fine line because you got to put hands on that dude, man. But sometimes we make plays and then we cost ourselves because we got a lick on Patrick Mahomes or some. You know what I'm saying? Like so, you have to play smart against them, and we, for the most part, until the very end, we did. So everyone's got to be on point, man. But we lost what's his name? Turner. So probably the receiver. I don't know who the receiver was, but I'm just figuring it's somebody that probably didn't know the play. It was somebody new. That probably was Turner's spot. He knew where to be. So, but like I said, I can't say what happened. I don't know who was out there, but that's why I say we need some wide receivers, guys. As much as we want to, you like our guys like Trey Tucker, Turner, all these guys, we need more help, man. Like, look what we're doing. We're making Brock Bowers the guy. You know what I'm saying? But he needs help too. We're gonna wear this dude down. I know he's built like a beast, but you know what I'm saying? Let's help him out. Let's give him another counterpart, so because he's a beast. So let's keep adding. Let's talk about that play. I think it was I don't think it was a run at all. I think it was a out route because it would have to be by the sideline. You know what I mean? It'd have to be something because 15 seconds, you could do a lot. You could run an out route. You can, there's many things you could have did, but I feel like we should have just kicked it when it all comes down to it. I won't, some people say it was Parnham, JPJ, AOC, but I told you what it was. Bowers was trying to get the guy, wide receiver, whoever it was, to, I think he was saying, get off the line, because it was supposed to be off the ball, and we were unable. Ball got snapped, and we know how that ended. But it's crazy as it sounds. There's no moral victories, but Kansas City knows that we at their neck. No matter how bad people think we are, we play the champs pretty damn good. Either way, it left us in a situation where the field goal try became a lot more difficult than it had to be and never happened. And of course, the rest is history. I guess we can go through our positives. Offense looked good with AOC. He shook the rust off. He looked good, looked sharp. Sometimes that time off, man, can show you what you're not doing right. But he has to stop taking sacks, especially to take us out of field goal range. Like I said, that's the number one thing with him. Because, I get it. They start to get in that rhythm, right? They get in that, offensive rhythm where everything's clicking, and then you just think everything, like it's like shooters, right? When the shooter catches fire, you don't think you can miss, but there has to be a little balance. You have to realize that, take the points. Take the points. If it's not there, throw it. Get rid of it. There's nothing wrong with that. Take the points. Field goals could have won this game for us. Brock Bowers is playing like a man possessed. One-handed catches. He keeps showing up. Sincere McCormick looks like he should have been started for us. The whole lobby Zamir White experience and experiment did not work. There was too many choices, too many gambles. There was the Andre James gamble. There was the Minshew gamble. The Zamir White project. All this stuff, and it did not work. Must be addressed. Yep, we got to add 2 more vets, wide receivers. They could do some damage, man. Yeah, so we didn't get it done today. I'm gonna go, guys, but I'm gonna be back. We're gonna do another one in about 30 minutes. But yeah, so I'll be back, and go Raiders.